Have you anticipated building your own tiny home, but the more you look into it, the more complicated it seems? Then come along with us as we'll show you what we did, navigating through all the options and restrictions, helping to make this dream come true. Let's go. Hey guys, Musa here from Quantum Home Improvements and Solutions. Welcome back. Now, if this is your first time to our channel, it's great having you join us. And so now we're up to the 11th and final stage of this tiny home construction, which is not so tiny. And so now in this stage, we're going to finish off everything externally and internally. And then we've invited everyone involved in this tiny home to come and have a look and see what they think, which I'm really looking forward to. So on the outside, we still need to put on one more board on the retractable decking. Then we need to put the bracket on, put the hand winch on, and then I'm going to demonstrate for the first time how that retractable decking works. But we're also going to have John from Camels Bin come and help us do a cleanup. And then also my mate John Mifsud is going to bring his tilt truck and he's going to demonstrate to us how hypothetically he would move this tiny home, demonstrating with chains and all the rest. Then internally, we're going to put on the TV bracket, put on the TV, put the roller blinds up, finish off all the loose ends, do a big cleanup, and then furnish this tiny home. So if you haven't seen the stages prior to this stage, stage 1 is where we made the base using Orcon and Priority Steel. Stage 2 is where we fabricated the metal walls and got a heap of guys to come in and stand them up, and then we put on the roof. Stage 3 is where we made the retractable decking and then we put the timber on, which we got from Bunnings. Stage 4 is where I filled in between the steel structure with timber, which I got from my mate Tony from DNA Plastering. And then we got Charlie from Top Notch Plumbing come and do the sewer work. And then finally we put the sliding door and windows in, which we got from Bradnam Windows. And then in stage 5, we insulated and cladded the walls with Colorbond steel, which we got from Steel Roofing Supply Centre, and it turned out fantastic. And then in stage 6, Ryan from Auto West came and helped me paint the universal beams. I put down the flooring, we put the internal walls up, and then Charlie from Top Notch Plumbing came back and finished off the plumbing. And then finally, in collaboration with Hume Doors and Timbers, we put in their internal cavity sliding doors, which worked great. Then in stage 7, my mate Danny, the electrician, came and ran all the wires, and Daniel from Darnie Air Conditioning marked out for the air conditioner. And then I put the insulation in the walls, put on the plasterboard and the villa board, and then I put on the furring channels. And then my mate Tony from DNA Plastering came and helped me put the ceiling sheets on and did the setting. And I've got to say, he did a great job. And then in stage 8, in collaboration with Touch Surfaces, we finished off the ensuite. And so, which is a comprehensive video how to tile a bathroom, which was done with the help of my longtime friend Louie the Tiler and my mate Eugene. Then in stage 9, my mate Mario from Croative Painting came and helped me paint this tiny home, which took it to a new level. And then I finished off the architraves and the skirting boards, and then I put in the wardrobe. Then my mate Danny from Darnie's Electrical came back and did all the electrical fit-offs. And then Daniel from Darmel Air Conditioning came and fit the air conditioner. And the guys from Penrith Valley Glass came and installed the shower screen. And finally in stage 10, I placed on the vinyl flooring, which I got from Pluswood. David from JML Joinery came and installed the kitchenette, vanity and bookshelf, which looks fantastic. And then I finished off the tiling splashback in the kitchenette, fit off all the PC items, and everything turned out beautiful. Okay guys, I decided to start off with cleanup. So John from Camels Bin dropped off the bin earlier. So then one thing to note, when you are building, you've got to keep your site clean. It can be very dangerous. Also, you've got to try to recycle whatever you can. So with all the metal and all the cardboard, or to the most part, we recycled everything. So this is what's left. Anyway, it won't take long. And I've got Marion here to give me a hand.
Hello.
Straight over. Go. All right, throw that in. Okay, we're finished and just in time. John just arrived. Hey, John. Thanks for coming.
G'day, mate. How you going?
Mate, it's good to see you. Thanks for the bin, by the way.
No problem.
So I've been using Camels Bins now for around about 12 years, and I've got to say, first of all, John's always on time, never lets me down. And also, when it comes to recycling rubbish, John actually recycles nearly everything in his yard. Is that right, John?
Yeah, like you've got timber, we've recycled that, we've recycled the tiles, the bricks, Yeah, that's majority, a lot. Cardboard, steel, all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. We'll recycle as best as we can.
Mate, John, I've got to tell you, honestly, thank you very much for all your service over the years. I don't need you much these days because I don't do much renovations.
Yep.
But John came to every one of my renovations and it was always a pleasure. And he sent his guys to Eugene's renovation, which we did a couple of years ago. That turned out fantastic.
Thank you. Well, I've been in business for 25 years now, so
Yeah.
I must be doing something right. Safety first, mate.
John, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we forgot to take the chock out. We went and screwed on the last piece of timber decking on the front facade. Then we went through and put the eye-nut bolt on, which is stainless steel. It's actually a marine grade 316. So we put that on. It's rated at 1.5 ton. Then I installed the winch, went through, marked the holes, drilled them through, put the screws through and locked it in. Then I attached the strap and started winching. Now I did expect this to be a lot easier. There was a lot of pressure. So what I had to end up doing is taking these legs off just on the back because it was causing a bit of friction going up. So I dismantled those. And so now the winch sticks out from the wall around about 245 mil. So now it's still under 3.5 meter width. But as you can see, the decking is not all the way back. The winch can only take it so far. So then what you need is to use a strap. Now these straps just lock into each other and you pull them. They're usually used on retractable awnings. And so I need to go through and put a series of those through with a D-latch screwed into the steel and then strap it through the actual decking and around the steel 100 by 50 RHS and then just lock it in, and that way it'll hold it in place. But then as an extra security, it's probably wise to put an L bracket screwed into the wall here, screwed into the decking when it's being transported, so it's locked into place. So now the same as the eye-nut bolt, the winch is rated at 1.5 ton capacity, and this decking is roughly about 450 to 500 kilos. But I did speak to Jorge the Engineer just a couple of weeks ago, and I said to him that I'm going to put a couple of more supports just underneath the bearers, the beams on the parameter, so just to give it a bit more strength. But as you can see, to retract the decking up, it didn't need it. This is going to fall. Can't carry the weight. That's incredible. It came crashing down. The winch couldn't hold it. So it just goes to show that it's definitely not the right winch. But at least the decking works. So I'll just have to source a stronger one, probably a 3-tonner maybe. All right, so I've gone through and put the new concrete pads under the post for the retractable decking. That's all done, so it's looking good again. But now I'm gonna put the stabilizers. So I've dug this side first, so just dug the pad out, make sure that this pad was level and it's pretty spot on. So now using the 70mm SHS, 3mm steel, I'm gonna now place this underneath. So I've cut this the right size. It's gonna be tight, but now I'll hit it in. Just in time, Mr. Mifsud just turned up. Woohoo! It's perfect.
How you going, Musa?
How you going?
All right, mate.
Thanks
Good
for
to see
coming.
you. No
Mate, this
worries.
is fantastic.
Your room looks really good too, mate.
Thank you, thank you.
So just put this under, I won't touch it.
Oh, so you actually go directly under and lift it from there?
Yeah,
I thought you had to, okay, I did not imagine this.
Is that all right if I just touch it up like that?
Yeah, just touch it, fine. So John, you've squared it off just by putting more pressure, it just comes directly up.
Lifted it up, yep, that's
Wow.
it. Hook up your chains, drag it up, mate, center it.
John, this is fantastic. Can you show me how you hook up your chains?
Too easy, yeah, of course.
So the cable would be enough to drag it right across, is that right?
100%, you center it, yeah.
John, this is amazing. I didn't think it was going to be this easy.
That's it, mate, that's what I do.
So this tray, I noticed, actually pulls out from the cabin, like from the actual chassis, pulls out.
Of course,
and
yeah.
so then you pull it back, you drag it back.
Yeah, and I'll drag the room onto the
The tilt truck?
tilt, and then I'll tilt forward,
And then it goes on to the chassis and holds on.
Correct.
So this is now roughly about 7 tonne. What is your capacity for this truck?
This truck's only good for 8 tonne.
Yep.
But yeah, 7 tonne's easy.
Yeah,
Probably.
okay. Now, one thing which I've said in the early part of the series, in stage 1, 2, 3, is that the requirements to be on the road, if you're not on a trailer, but if you're carted around on a tilt truck, you're allowed 3.5 metres wide. You're allowed 4.3 metres high, is that correct?
In total, yeah.
In total, that's from the bottom of the truck, the wheels, to the top of the actual tiny home.
Yeah.
And then the weight capacity is based and the length is based on the truck. From the beginning, we've been talking about this for now, 4 or 5 years, right? And you're the one who convinced me, you probably don't know that, but you convinced me to make it on skids because it's actually easier to cart around.
Very easy, yeah.
If you're on a trailer, you have to stick to a 4.5 maximum tonnage between the vehicle and the tiny home. And so that means your tiny home, because a vehicle will be roughly about 2 tonne to cart that, the tiny home can be only about 2.5 tonne. Now this is 7 roughly. Wow. So the structure on this is quite solid. Hence why I've plasterboard the rooms. You don't usually plasterboard tiny homes. And also I've tiled the ensuite. You don't do tiling in tiny homes because the movement, the deflection will crack everything. So now I'm just going to ask you, John, I put the winch on for the retractable decking. It's a 1.5 capacity winch. It's on the wall and it's on an angle, right? Now when I went to retract it, it was quite hard to pull up. The decking itself is 450 to 500 kilos. Right. So I should have lifted it quite easily. It was struggling. Okay, wow. So it went up and I had to do half turns on the low gear.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, now if I'm struggling to get it up, how do you think I'm gonna lower it?
Yeah.
What would you say would happen?
Well, it's not gonna be pretty.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a forklift or something to
stop it. Yeah, correct.
It,
I did it with the winch.
Oh, how?
Yeah, it came crashing down.
Oh.
What advice can you give me for a winch? Should I go another winch that's stronger? I was thinking maybe a 3 tonne, or should I go electrical?
Oh, probably electric.
Because it's got a gear in there, it's got a clutch in it to stop it from falling, is that right?
Yeah, it has.
Now I want to go in the tiny home and see if we made any damage.
Wow, look at that.
There's nothing there, eh, John?
No crack at all, man.
Nothing. Hey John, thank you very much for coming, taking the time to demonstrate to us how to move the tiny home. So many people have been asking how it's going to happen, and it's so easy. So the only thing I would have had to do more than what you just showed was undo my stands and get them out of the way.
Just drag it up, that's it.
Mate, John, thank you very much.
Easy.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Have
John.
a good day.
This is exciting. I'm finished externally. So after John left, I went and put the other stabilizing post in. I also went through and put brackets on each side of the post on both legs. So that's now done. Then I've gone through and screwed on the center light above the door. You can't see anything at night time, so it's really hard to see in that area. So I went and bought a small solar powered center light. And so I've installed that and it works brilliantly. It's about 1,000 lumens. Brilliant. And so now with this area here, this door back in the earlier episodes was leaking just in this lower part, and that's because this section of the corrugator had not been put in yet. So I cut a piece, took off the screws, slipped it in and closed it back off. So now that's done, and this tiny home is now totally waterproofed. And so then I've gone through and put on the lock. Now this is a permanent lock. We were using this timber for a long time. We can now throw that away. So now it's finished, and look at that. Locks beautifully. We are on the home stretch and this is exciting. Only a few more things to put in. And first I'm going to start off by putting on the roller blinds, which I got from my mate Joe from Covered Australia. And now Joe manufactures blinds and awnings and has a large distribution network around Australia. And if you like, I'll put a link for him in the descriptions below. So there is a few things to note about roller blinds. First of all, I'm using a sunscreen fabric. Now sunscreen fabrics are really good because it filters light. You can still see out, but it gives you a very good insulation value both summer and winter, depending on what color you use. If you use a white, it's a greater value, and if you use a black, it's a lesser value of heat control. But the black you can see through easier, and the whites are much harder. So this particular color I've chosen is to go with the cupboards and also the floors, and I think it's going to work out really well. So I was in the blinds and awnings industry for a long time, and my wife and I ran a blinds and awnings shop in Bateman's Bay called Quality Window Coverings under the Luxaflex dealership. But one thing I discovered over those years is that the Rollies Acmeda componentry was one of the best for roller blinds, which is the reason why I got these blinds through Covered Australia. It's because Joe uses the Rollies Acmeda system, and they've just released recently a battery powered motor which will last up to a year depending on how many times you roll it up and down and how wide it is. And it's chargeable by USB cable. So I've got the motor on the right here to access the power point here, and also comes with a remote control. And now this system is very affordable. These are the Acmeda brackets. This is the idle end where it's got the pin, and this one here has a lip. Now that slips either into a chain drive or into a motor. They're universal, which is fantastic. So now when I measured this, the blinds, I measured to come across 55 mil. Now there is steel in here, steel structure, so I'm gonna have to unfortunately drill through steel, but that's fine. Okay, so now this is the marks for the screws. I'm just gonna pre-drill a hole into the steel. Okay, so now using the Bremic truss screws, I'm going to screw the bracket in. Okay, that's in. Okay, so now I'm going to put on the roller blind, and I will keep this strap on here just while I'm doing this so it doesn't come apart. So first I've just got to put this on the motor end. Just turn it around. That's it, went straight in, beautiful. Okay, now I just put in the pin end, just squeeze that in. Perfect fit. Okay, now I'll just take off this strap, this label, and the blind is free. Okay, so now I'm gonna pair the motor to the remote, and this is a 5-channel remote, so you've got to do this fairly quickly. First of all, you choose the channel you want by using the left-right arrows on the bottom. I'm gonna get a channel 1, and I'm gonna press the button underneath next to the charger. It's gonna jog once, then within 4 seconds, I've got to hold this down, and it will jog twice. Okay, so now that's working, it's paired to this. Now I don't know if it's gonna go up or down, so if I press the up button, it might come down. So I might have to change the direction, but I'll be very quick with this because I don't want it to spin over the top. So I'll just go down, no, it jigs up. So in other words, they're the wrong way around. Okay, so now to change the direction, I'm just gonna push the up and down button for a few seconds until it jogs. Okay, so now I've just changed the direction. So now I'm gonna take it to the upper limit where I want this to stop. And I think it's roughly about there. And now what I do is push the up arrow and the stop button at the same time and let it jog. Okay, so now that upper limit has now been set. It won't go any higher than that now. Okay, so now I'm gonna set the bottom limit. First of all, I'll just go down. Just holding the button arrow downwards. Okay, so now while this is going down, I'll just explain a couple of things. First of all, this is what you call an overroll or a reverse roll. Now the reason I've done that is because I don't like to see the tube, and also we need to miss the handle of the door. All right, so now that's on the floor. I'm gonna get it off the floor by just going upwards, by just pressing that button until I'm happy, and I'm happy with that distance. Now all I do is press the down and stop button again. That's now set. So now all we're gonna do is select the channel if you want to go up, press the button, and it will go up. All right, now we'll see if the limit stops. Beautiful. This is brilliant. This window has a timber reveal. It's a lot easier to install. And so in this case here, I'm still gonna do an overroll, but I'm gonna put it in the reveal. Now these brackets are made to fit on face or reveal this way. Now, I'm not gonna do it this way because the roller is gonna have a big gap on top. I'm actually gonna minimize how much gap there's gonna be by placing the bracket as far back as possible and just coming down only 5 millimeters just to give the roller a bit of room. So now one thing to note when you are putting up roller blinds, they have to be dead level. Now I know my windows are level, hence why I'm not using the level here, but you do have to have a level window. So if you're not sure, pull out your long level and check it out. Okay, another one complete, and you'll notice this fabric is a blockout fabric. It's not the sunscreen, and the color matches the room really well. I'm very happy with it. And so that we use the blockout because this is a bedroom. You will need privacy. Okay, all the blinds are done and they look fantastic. Now, the bathroom blind, I had to drill through tiles. Now, that's a long process. So if you like, I'll put a link for stage 9 and stage 10 where I show how to drill through tiles. And now, the last thing to do is put on the remote. So now the reason I'm putting the remote here is because when you first come in, the blind will be down and you want to reach for the remote. So you just have to reach just in here, quite easy to access. So now I'm going to get on to installing the wall mount bracket for the TV. Now the reason I'm using the Vergels brand because there's a couple of things that I needed it to do. First of all, I needed it to swivel and not hit the wall. So I've got to make sure that the TV can fit. Now there's only 2 places I fit it. There's a piece of timber here and there's a piece of timber here. The TV is just a basic TCL, which I found are really good TVs. So I've just put a mark there with a pencil just to get an idea where this bracket's going to sit. I'll rub that out later. And so now putting the bracket roughly where that mark is, I can see that this TV will work. Now I want this TV to sit starting roughly about 1200 and the TV is roughly around 520 mil high. So it's going to come to about here. Now I can mark out where the screws are going to go. Beautiful. So now they've supplied a coach screw with a washer. That hole is quite big. Okay, so now I'll just put this in. It should be quite easy. Now there is a top, it actually marked here top. So you've got to make sure you do it the right way. Okay. All right, so now part of this kit, they do give you a level and it needs to be pretty straight. So I'll just straighten that out. That's looking good. I'll just lock it in there. Okay, that's tight. Now I'm ready to put the TV on. So when you do get this TCL TV, they'll give you a variety of different screws and you've got to nominate which one's going to work for you. Now these screws go in this section here, very small section. Sometimes they're spread out a bit more, all right? Yep, it's in, beautiful. All right, so now on the back here, these bars that are carrying from the bracket, they've got numbers on here, and on the edge of this one is 100. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so what I've done is lined it up there so I can line this one on the opposite side the exact same. So they're both on 100 right now, and I'll just close that off. And the same with this one. Look at that, perfect. Okay, so now the reason I chose this wall mount bracket, it was a little expensive, but not overly. Now, so this can now close into the wall as I was hoping. It can go out into this area here, which is more centered to the couch, which you would use probably at night time, so there's no glare behind. But the great thing about this wall mount bracket, just behind here is a button. You push that down and it releases, and you can tilt this quite low, but you probably have it at that angle there. Okay guys, we've got the team here. Got Agapi, Michael, Marion and Mariah.
Hi.
So they've all agreed to come and help me furnish the tiny home. But beforehand, Marion and I went through, cleaned the floors, vacuumed, swept, and also washed down any marks off the ground. There was a few marks. Agapi went through and cleaned the kitchenette. Mariah went back and cleaned the windows on the door, and Marion came back and helped her after Agapi and I were doing the bathroom, and Michael set up the TV for me. Now the finale is not for a couple of more weeks, but we decided to actually put all the finishes in early because my mate Mario from Croative Painting has agreed to come and spend overnight in this tiny home with his wife Veronica and tell us what they think and see if there's any issues that we need to look at. Now I've got to say, even though this tiny home looks fantastic, the painting, the kitchen, the flooring, the bathroom, I'm really impressed with Joe's roller blinds, these Acmeda motorized blinds. Now he actually talked me into getting those. I didn't actually want them, but I'm really impressed. And so I was at Covered Australia's factory the other day, and I've got to tell you, he's got a huge premises. He's grown so big. He's one of Australia's largest manufacturers now. And so Joanne took me through all the departments. And so Joe has invested in a state-of-the-art cutting machine that holds hundreds of rolls of fabrics. And so all they do is just punch in the number that they want, the next job that comes up, and then it automatically pulls that roll to the front and cuts it, either ultrasonically or crush cut. And so Joe started off his manufacturing making awnings. So he does all types. He's got a large range. And so he's very big on doing folding arm awnings and also Acmeda zip screens. So if you're looking for blinds and awnings, I'll put a link in for Covered Australia in the descriptions below. Okay guys, you ready to get into it? Okay, we're all done. This looks fantastic. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
What do you think?
Amazing, fantastic.
This is incredible. Maria's gonna love this. Now, just a quick rundown on the furnishings and the appliances that we've got for this tiny home. Now, remembering that we're trying to keep our consumption low for energy, and so this kettle is an 1800 watt maximum. It's a Sunbeam, a 1 litre, and it can fill up 4 cups. Now, the toaster is also a Sunbeam, and it runs on 950 watts maximum, and it's a 2 toaster. And now the microwave is actually an LG, and it's a 25 litre, and it's a maximum 1150 watts, which is fantastic. And this fridge is from Kogan, and it's a 93 litre, and it runs on roughly 50 watts. I can't remember exactly how much, but it wouldn't be much over that. And so I'd like to take the opportunity to thank everyone from the good guys in Penrith. They were fantastic. Okay, so now the sofa, the table, the queen size bed, the bedside tables, we got everything from Domain. And so I've chose this particular bed, not only because it's queen size and it's a good size for this room, but also there's no storage in this tiny home. And this particular bed on the base has 4 drawers. So there's plenty of room to put things away. And plus you can also use the bedside tables. And so now these pillows are a 50 centimetre by 50 centimetre soft cushion. Now we made these ourselves. It's got a plain back. It's got a nice colour in the front, which will go with this room. It has a piping all the way around. Now I have a dressmaking background and I have my own label, which is Cece. And I'd like to thank the ladies in our sewing group for helping me make these. And so now this sofa is really good for a small family. It's 2.1 meters wide, but the great thing about it is that it folds out with a queen size bed. So all you do is just remove your cushions and you pull up the frame from the center and pull it out. Now I do have a spinal injury and find it hard to do certain things, but I found this really easy to pull out and also to put back in. And as you can see, the couch is complemented with 2 cushions, which we got from our friend Anthony English and his wife Lisa. Thanks guys. And the last piece of furniture is this table and chairs. And so this is for internal and external use. And so if it's a warm day outside and you want to have a barbecue, you just relocate the chairs and tables and enjoy the view. So at this point, I'd like to thank the guys from Domain, especially Nick, Jose, and Syed. Guys, thanks very much for your help. This turned out fantastic. And so now the last thing to put on are 2 paintings. So around about 6 months ago, I asked Marion and Mariah if they can paint me pictures for this tiny home, even though they're flat out and very busy, and they did. And so Mariah painted one for the bedroom and Marion painted one for this room. Thanks girls, they turned out beautiful. Mario, Veronica, thank you very much for trying out the tiny home. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was
Very
lovely.
much.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the tiny home when you first came in?
I was impressed.
Yeah.
It had everything.
Yeah.
Kitchen.
And the bathroom, how do you find that?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
not
great.
too tight?
No. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
You got everything you need, and actually I was surprised because I've done some painting before, and now when it's all furnished, like it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got to say, Mario, you did a beautiful job painting here. It looks fantastic.
I think everything else is just really, really good.
Yeah, everything's
high
come
level.
together.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, Mario, you're one of the best barbecuers I've ever met. What's
know
your
about
secret? Yeah, tell me, what's your secret?
It's no secret, just love of food.
So, guys, how was the ambience sitting outside?
Oh, it's lovely. Very peaceful.
It's really like, we don't live far from here, but it's really like you're in somewhere like far away on
yes.
holiday. It's very quiet.
Yeah.
Nature is just amazing, and just enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're so close to the centre hub, but we're so
but
far away from
we
That's
feel
right.
like you're far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's
Yeah.
one thing that I really
Yeah.
like. And
Yeah.
I love the book nook. To get the book
Yes.
nook. And also I forgot to mention just the clothes space to just hang up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just the practical things that we women like.
Yeah.
and it's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to mention, it's really in a good spot, close to bushwalks. You can go and explore like mountains, like very central.
Yeah.
Like you got things to do, and if you wanna peace and quiet, you can just stay and enjoy here.
Yeah.
Like, you got everything you need. Really, really like it.
And I regret not bringing my binoculars. I love to see
Yeah.
one of those birds close up.
You're gonna have to-
wildlife.
You're gonna have to come back.
You are welcome to come back.
Yes.
You are welcome. So, Mario, I'd like to thank you very much for all the work.
Thanks for
you
having
offer.
us. All good.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica.
Thank you, Lisa.
Okay, this is exciting. The big day is here, the finale, and people are going to start arriving soon. And in actual fact, my mate John and Charlie Mifsud have just arrived, and I'm keen to see what they say. Hey John, thank you very much for coming. Charlie, thanks guys. I know you got a big day today, you got a wedding on. Thanks for coming early regardless. Charlie, you did the plumbing here, top-notch plumbing. Fantastic. You wouldn't have known what it was going to look like until now. What do you think?
Looks unbelievable. Looks really good. It's very roomy, heaps of space.
Yeah, and you live in a tiny home as well. Yeah. How does it compare?
Feels open.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah. I mean, yours is fairly big too, but a totally different design. Yeah. Yours is cool room panels. We went to the extent of putting a lot of insulation in here. Sure. Do you remember when we were doing the plumbing? It was a winter's day and we didn't have the lining on the walls. And what was your response?
It was warmer than my house. What? Finished. This wasn't even gyprocked yet.
Yeah. And look, I've got to tell you, it's been a lot of work. And Charlie, you did a great job. Seriously, everything just went into place perfectly. And John, I've got to thank you. Thank you for coming for that demonstration.
Not a problem.
Spot on. You came just after the decking fell. I was not sure which way to go. You demonstrated so easily with your tilt truck. That was brilliant. It gave me a better idea how this is going to be moved in the future. And also then we talked about the electric winch. And so I went and got an X-Bull, put it up. It works beautifully.
Good too, doesn't it?
Looks fantastic. What do you think, Charlie?
Looks good. Nice and compact.
Yeah.
Very
Definitely.
good.
So guys, as a souvenir, I want to thank you very much for helping with the tiny home and just something to remember us by.
That's unbelievable.
Thank you, Mister.
Thanks, Charlie. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
George, what do you think?
Oh, it's impressive, Musa. It's really comfortable, one. Two, it's nice, compact, but very spacious inside.
Yeah.
And the rooms are very cozy.
Yeah.
And the views are spectacular.
Thank you very much for all the support you gave me. Not just from the beginning, but even just in more recent times, when I went to do the decking and I was using the hand winch, and I sent you some of the videos and things that were happening, and I wasn't very impressed. Luckily for me, John Mifsud came shortly after, and he gave me the solution. And you were concerned about the decking initially, that because I'm pulling up from one side, that'll have a huge deflection. But it didn't. It actually had 40 mil, which is fantastic.
Which is really good, because I was expecting more something in the order of 100 mils, to be honest. But,
and 40 mils is acceptable considering the span and weight, eh?
Very acceptable.
Yeah, and it went up beautifully, right? And you've seen the video I've sent you. It had a nice flow with the electrical. So what we did, we ended up doing a few things before we put the winch in. So we went through and grinded back the angle, because what happened when I put the hinges in, they were a little bit too tight. And so as they were coming up with the hand winch, I can hear them scraping. So what I did, I just cut inside a little bit, gave them a bit more room.
A bit more tolerance.
Yeah, there was only 2 of them. Out of the 5, there was only 2 of them. And then I sprayed them with a grease spray, and that made all the difference, first of all. But then I bought the X-Bull 5,000 pound winch, which is rated 2.2 ton in a conversion. And so this decking's roughly about 450, 500 kilo. And it went up beautifully. It came down beautifully.
Well, I guess the other interesting thing was when you first told me that the
decking had
fallen down. I was a little bit concerned, but you know, it's good to see that there's not a single crack on, which goes to show that the structure is so robust.
When we were making the tiny home, we had a lot of remnants, a lot of pieces, and so we wanted to make a souvenir for everyone. So I'd like to present you with this, just to thank you for all the help.
Wow.
So with these, Marion and I went through and grinded all the edges, cleaned them up, made sure they were not sharp. And so then we painted them, we used the decking, we used all the material that we had from the tiny home, and then we had these little labels made up, and it just finishes it off.
Wow, it's beautiful. Thank you so much, Miss. I love this. And it also has a very, it looks small, but it's actually quite heavy. And it has all the essence of what a structural engineer is all about. So thank you very much, Mr.
Thanks, George. Thank you. So Gav, what do you think?
Fantastic.
Gav, I'd like to thank Steel Roofing Supply Centre for everything that you guys done for me. You guys were over and above. I love the service. Now, just for people who don't know, Gav and I have a little bit of history. We started at Amatec before it became Stramit Industries. Back, I started in '89. I think you started '88.
Yes.
Yeah, and so Gav and I have known each other for like 36 years. He came to my wedding, and we've had a great relationship, and actually renovated his own bathrooms.
Yeah, great job. and this is an amazing probably house you put together. So
Yeah.
on the back of the industry that you've grown up with. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's fantastic. Gav, I know you've got a big day on today, and I really appreciate you coming, even though it's early before the celebration. And I just want to hand you something, a little souvenir that Marion and I made. Thanks, Gav. I want to show you.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. And thanks for using Steel Roofing Supply Centre's products. And we were happy to work in conjunction with you. All the best.
Thank you. Hey, Joe. I love your blinds, man. What did you think of the tiny home?
It's very, very good. Really enjoyed the walkthrough. It's come together very nicely.
Yeah. Now, you were thinking of doing one yourself, but you probably end up getting, what, a modular or something?
Yeah, we're looking at a modular design, just to be cost effective.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you've gone built
Yeah.
the Taj Mahal of tiny homes. But we're going to keep it very basic. But yeah, I'm like, it's very inspiring.
Yeah, we've done so much work in there. There's so many features in this tiny home. And guess the only thing that everyone wants to play with?
The blinds.
The blinds, the motorised.
I've had about 3 inquiries already. For the blinds.
So, Joe, look, thank you very much. I appreciate all your help over the years. We've known each other, for 25 years, and you've been a great friend. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Cheers, Moose.
Cheers. Hey, Dave. I only just met you just recently, and it was such a big coincidence that you were a cabinet maker. That turned out fantastic. Were you happy with it?
Yeah, man, it looks really cool.
And what do you think of the tiny home?
Mate, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You've gone above and beyond.
Yeah.
It's absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, look, I'm happy. It was a lot of work, but yeah, I'm very happy. A lot of people put a lot of effort in. So, hey, Dave, thank you very much. I'm really impressed with it. And I've got to say, Veronica loves your book nook.
Book nook.
Anyway, thanks, Dave.
No worries, mate.
Shoja, Samir, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Now,
having us.
you're welcome. And I've got to say now, a lot of people who've been following the videos are going to say, who are these guys, right?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to reveal that later.
Okay.
Okay, but you both are architects.
Yes.
And there is a correlation there. What did you think of the tiny home?
I loved it. I think it was very cozy.
Yeah.
It was tiny, but not tiny. Like
Yeah.
the whole setting is really beautiful as well.
Great.
The way the outlook is and everything.
Great.
The little nook and the toilet is stunning.
Yeah.
I really loved it.
Yeah, we put a lot of effort into it.
You could see the thought which has gone into
Yes.
it. Like everything is very carefully
Yeah.
thought of, planned and executed.
And coming from an architectural background, you know there's a lot of planning when you're building. So I've been thinking about this for 5 years, as you know. So I'll speak more about that later. Guys, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, John, Daniel, what do you think of the tiny home?
I think it looks really good. Really good.
Charlie was here earlier, and he's in a tiny home, building his actual home as we speak. And he said his house is just so hot in summer and so cold in winter. And you're in the air conditioning business, and you guys have done 4 air conditioners for us now, and thank you very much. Very high quality workmanship. Now compare that to what I've done with all the insulation, the plasterboard and everything. What do you think of the difference?
Yours is a lot cheaper to air condition.
Yep.
Heating or cooling.
Yep.
Because the cool room panels are not very efficient.
Yeah, they're not efficient. I've been saying that to many people, and people say no, they're very efficient, but I know for a fact they're not. So yeah, look, I'm very happy with this tiny home. And guys, thank you very much for all your support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's been a long road, but it worked. Tony, you're a madman. Every week he used to ring me, Musa, what can I do? What can I do? It's crazy, man. The plastering turned out beautiful. You did great. Thank you very much. And you were so worried about the P50s. Seriously. And even after the decking fell, no cracks anywhere. Seriously. What's it?
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
I tried to tell you, Musa, that it's a hurricane-proof
Oh,
tiny
man.
home. And you can't even call it a tiny home. It's not tiny.
It's a large tiny home. Yeah. So, Tony, you and I are going to be in a video in the near future, possibly doing your bathroom. We're just going to try to work around that. I'm looking forward to it. And Joe, you've been instrumental, man, and I'll talk more about that later. But guys, thank you very much.
You're the one that's inspirational, Musa. That's got to be the best tiny home in Australia, honestly. I have not seen a quality to that standard.
Okay, now I've got the guys here that helped me put the walls up. That was a big day. Wow. Guys, did you feel nervous when we were doing it? No. My son Michael is an engineer and electrical mechanical, and I had already formatted the day. We did a toolbox talk. We went through about 15 minutes how it's going to work. Mark, what did you think?
That went well.
Salmin was running around like a madman. He was doing really well, hitting the walls up with a hammer and just slamming it.
It was good.
It was good?
Actually, it was much easier than I thought.
Yeah. The other guys couldn't be here, Louie and Marcel, and also Pat, but the 8 of you were brilliant. And we had the new improved Marcus as well. So this is Marcus. So the new improved Marcus is my tractor. Marcus used to do a lot of work with me. So anyway, guys, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hey guys, the tiny home turned out fantastic. What did you think of the tiling, the bathroom?
Turned out beautiful.
Yeah.
Initially, I was, when you said you wanted to just do it with glue, no cement bed,
Yeah.
I was a bit apprehensive.
Yeah, but the fall's fantastic.
Turned out really, really good. Yeah.
I tested it on video. At that point, turned the tap on and it didn't go over the edge. It was fantastic. You did a great job, Louie. And Eugene, man, you are a very good labourer. I know you're a professional man and you're in IT and you're also a broker.
I still don't understand the tile without the grout though.
Ah, did you see the splashback?
No,
in the
I
kitchen?
didn't. No, I didn't.
You're going to have to go back and look at it. I did a zero grat join. So Louie, we've known each other since high school. We met each other in year 8, which was originally called second form. So you became a tiler. You followed your dad, God rest his soul. And you now have your son also tiling with you, 3rd generation.
Yes.
Mate, you're one of the best tilers I've seen. You've actually taught me how to tile properly.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, Louie, and this patio area, look at this. The alfresco is now 2 years old and it's looking fantastic.
That's great, yeah.
Yeah. Louie, thank you very much.
No worries, thanks.
Eugene. Hey guys, Anthony.
Yeah, Musa. Wow, what a great job you have all done with this tiny home.
Hey, thanks for the pillow, you and Lisa. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, that's right. I dived in on it. Did you see that?
So John, I asked you to come onto this video because Mario and Veronica stayed overnight in the tiny home to test it out as an Airbnb. We will be doing this as an Airbnb in the future. And there was a bit of an issue with the Wi-Fi. Now, we could reach it with Wi-Fi, but when they were here, they had to use hotspot, so they'd use their own phone. It's not ideal as an Airbnb.
Sure.
So I just wanted to ask you, we've been talking about this for many, many months.
The current problem that you have is that you don't have basically wide enough coverage.
Question for you, we're going to make a video in the future.
Okay.
Is there a solution that we can do externally and also internally?
Absolutely.
Great. What do you think of the tiny home?
Excellent. The reality is that it ticks the box that it needs to tick, and that is a home of a tiny or small size that is appropriate for that area. So yeah.
Sorry about the New Zealander humour.
You recognize the thick New Zealand accent as well.
Yes, I do.
Excellent.
Just to confirm that, John is actually a New Zealander.
Sort of. Well, for all my American family, it's an assertion that I have to carry, unfortunately.
Anyway, thank you guys.
Done.
Well done again.
Thank you very much. Yeah, fantastic work.
George, I wanted to talk to you personally. What did you think of the tiny home?
Loved it. I've got to say, the instructions Musa illustrated and demoed before we actually did all the lifting. It's one thing we didn't mention before.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
OH&S #1.
Yeah.
I've got to say, safety was great.
Yeah, thank you, George. I did put a lot of effort into that. The last thing I want to do is someone to hurt themselves who are coming to help me. It was not an option. Anyway, George, thank you very much. I really appreciate all your help.
No, you're a legend and always a gentleman.
Thank you. The tiny home now is a reality. From the beginning, back about 11 months ago, it's complete. And I want to thank you all for all your participation, every single one of you. And also you who could not be here today. Marion and I made a souvenir. We had a lot of pieces come off this tiny home with the structure, the flooring, the decking. And so we decided to clean them up and make a souvenir. There's a couple here that I've actually designated already. So this particular one is for Mr. Suka. So Joe, you were with me from the very beginning when I had this dream about tiny homes, and we had a look at a lot of homes. What did you think of those homes when we saw them?
They were good until I saw your one.
So Joe, you really gave me a lot of help, but the help you gave me was more than you think. You kept saying that you're not really good with your hands, but it was the enthusiasm that you actually gave me in stage 1 when we first started, in stage 3 when we did the decking. And in actual fact, something actually happened during that video. I had a relapse. Now, I have a spinal injury. I was not taking medication. I stopped it for a number of reasons. And I was having a lot of brain fog, not sleeping very well. And the day we were doing the decking, I had a brain freeze and I thought this is not going to work, the hinging's not going to work. And I got a little upset. I said, Joe, let's finish for today. and we packed up. And then I called you back a few hours later when I just did a bit, just relaxed and discovered that I was thinking too much about it. It worked, the decking worked, but you supported me through it, and then you came back the next day and we finished off the welding for the decking.
Yeah, no, Musa, you've done an amazing job with it. It's probably, to be honest, your tiny home is hurricane proof. I just seen it come together, the steel, the weight of it.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Well, that's why I'm giving you this. This is part of the universal beam, and you were there in the beginning. So, Joe, thank you very much.
Thank you, Musa.
Now, saying that, Joe, I'm going to ask a guppy to come here. So, the day that I froze when we're doing stage 3, no videos were released at that point. And so I actually came inside. I said to my wife, I was actually quite upset. I was struggling physically, mentally, and I said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do this video for YouTube. I'm just going to finish off the tiny home just when I have time. And Tina said just one thing that's never ever been said by her before. I've built 4 houses. She's got very frustrated with me. I have driven her mad, and I do thank her for her patience. But she said one thing: when do you ever give up? That was it. At that point, I realised I have to keep going. So, Guppy, thank you very much.
That's my trophy.
You get one later.
James.
So my spinal injury was back in 2017 in June, and it was about a 3-year recovery. I was actually paralysed at one point. Joe came to the hospital before my decompression. I had to have another decompression a couple of years later. And so there was a 3-year recovery period. Joe was instrumental in that, trying to help me back in the workforce. And Joe, thank you very much for that. And so I went to a friend of mine's place named Mun Bikoli, and he was having his 57th birthday, and this was 5 years ago, just over. And I see a couple of friends there, Shelja and Samit. I'm going to ask you guys to come. So Shelja is an architect, and so Samit. And so when I told them that I was thinking of YouTubing, and my first video was supposed to be a tiny home, the enthusiasm that Shelja gave me that day triggered me to actually do it. Prior to that, it was just a thought. It really wasn't the reality. And so I just want to thank Shelja because she just gave me so much enthusiasm that night. I told a group of people, but she stood out and she said, you must do it. Now, Shelja, thank you very much. And Samit, thank you for your support as well.
All the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have inspired so many people.
Yes.
Like your videos inspire us as well. So,
Yeah.
so sometimes we don't realize how our words and actions inspire others.
Thank you.
Well done.
Shelja, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I've actually got to mention that these badges were made for us, and so they were made by Kinbrook Custom Domes, and I want to thank Nikki. She did a great job. So Marion, from the very beginning, the day I unloaded the truck with Priority Steel, I fell quite badly, and it took me 2 weeks to recover. And at that point you said, Dad, I'm going to have to help you. The reality is, if it wasn't for Joe and Marion, there's no way that this would have become a reality because I needed the help. I felt like my brain thought that I can still do it. The reality is I could not. It looks great on video, what I do, but the reality is there's always a bit of pain factor with it and also fatiguing. So these guys really helped me in the very beginning. All of you helped me as well. And I'm just looking at Tony here. The guy, it was inspirational. Tony, thank you very much. I just want to thank you. Tony kept pushing me all the time. Come on, Musa, let's hurry, hurry, hurry. It was hard for me to do that, but Tony is just an exceptional guy. And so, Tony, thank you very much. So I'm going to get all of you to come up and grab a trophy in a minute. But first of all, I just got to give one to Marion. Okay, the universal bean has to go to Marion because she was part of the beginning. And I've just got to say, apologies for a number of people, but a couple of more things. Renee from Fast Flow Augers organised the universal beam for me. He's a long-time friend. My dad used to work for his dad and as a welder, and that's how I learned how to weld. And so Renee could not be here. He gave his apologies, and so I've got this other universal beam for Renee. So I'm going to put that on the side. So Michael, doing YouTubing is quite interesting. Anthony English would know all about it. The amount of download you need on your computer is phenomenal. And I was running on a basic computer for about 3 years. And when I decided to start doing the tiny home, I said to Michael, this computer's not going to take it. It won't have the capacity. And so Michael said, Dad, I'll build you one. And look, it was a bit costly, I've got to tell you, but there's a reason for it. That thing is now, my original computer was 1.5 terabytes roughly of storage. This one now is 18 terabytes. It's 4 times faster, and my editing has been sped up because of Michael. This actually would not have been a reality to get this onto YouTube without the help of Michael. So Michael, thank you very much. I'm going to call Michael back in a minute. Michael actually is the guy that plays all the music on this channel, and I'm going to get him to play the outro for us. Okay, so now the last thing to do is just some apologies, people who could not be here. So I've already said Renee, but also Ian from Hume Doors. Now, Ian rang me yesterday, apologised, and this is the weekend. It's a busy period of the year. Everyone's busy. So I've agreed to go to Hume Doors, to their factory, and have a tour. I'm going to do a little bit of videoing. I will present Ian with his trophy, with his souvenir, and it's going to be great. We are actually going to condense what we did for Hume Doors. So we're going to condense the 4 videos that showed how to put the Hume Doors in. We're going to do it as one video, and that will be released in the future. So Ian, thank you very much for all the team, especially to Wilma. Thank you very much for your support. But I'd also like to thank Danny from Darnie's Electrical, Bob from Penrith Valley Glass, Ethan from Priority Steel, Mario from Creative Painting, Ryan from Auto West, John from Camels Bin, and also Marcel, Louie, and Joe. Now these guys give them their apologies, and thank you for everyone who participated. So that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. And if you have any comments at all, please leave them below and I will get back to you. And I'd ask you, please consider to subscribe, hit the like button and share this video, and there's many more to come. Thanks, guys. Bye. All right, ready? Go. Sure. Thank you, Michael. Let's go. What do you think?
Amazing, fantastic.
This is incredible. Maria's gonna love this. Let's just stop.
What am I supposed to be saying anyway?
It doesn't matter, whatever's in your heart.
Yeah. I was just going to thank you for the trophy and walk off.
No. Go. Go back up. What are you doing, man? No, the piggy's in the middle.
Why is it so quiet? It's,
hey, they want to listen to you. Hey, look, he's paranoid now.
No, I'm not.
Okay, Michael, play us out. As soon as I say play.
I think this should be more candid than this. I think it should just be.
All right, go.
And everyone, but everyone's staring's weird as well.
They're not staring. Have you got eyes in the back of your head?
He's staring.
Have you got eyes in the back of your head?
He's staring. Oh yeah, please.